Coming up, we'll talk high school football with Jon Holder from High School Football Alabama. We'll talk Vipers softball, MLB draft, and more. Southern Sports Now starts now. It is July the 11th. We welcome you into Southern Sports Now on this Tuesday. I'm Chase Robinson. Hope you're having a great day, a great week so far. And, man, I'm having a great day. I had a chance to watch some high school football earlier today. As you see the sunburn going on here. I was out at a very hot Fort McClellan for the FCA 7-on-7 today. So we'll have more high school football talk coming up later on. But, things like that just get me ready for the high school football season. And, man, we got some really good teams here in East Alabama that we'll be talking about in the days to come as we get ready for the high school football season. But while we're talking football, let's count down to football as we do each and every day. There you see it. 46 days away from the college football season. That is from week 0, which is August the 26th. Saturday, Jax State takes the field against UTEP that day, so that's exciting. Jacksonville State, 46 days away from the college football season, but we are getting closer to that college football season in week 0, again, August the 26th. High school football, 44 days away from kicking it off. On Thursday night, August the 24th, will be the first night of high school football, and a number of games will be happening on that first Thursday night, and then of course plenty more happening on Friday night, the August the 25th. So that will be the start of the high school football season, and we could not be more excited for high school football to get going here in East Alabama. I want to remind you about our mailbag and how you can get those questions in. You can send us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. You can send us a Facebook message at the East Alabama Now Facebook page, or you can send us a direct message there on Twitter at EAN_sports. Send in your sports questions, and we will answer those on the Southern Sports Now mailbag. That comes your way every Friday. We love doing that, love answering those questions you send in. So you can send them in all week long, and we'll answer them there on Friday. I want to start things off with some Vipers talk. Vipers back off of their break, and man, it was a tough one last night. Heartbreaker, because the Vipers had the lead going into the 7th inning 4-3. They just needed 3 outs in the top of the 7th inning, and they would win the game. They get 2 outs, and then the Spark had a 4-run top of the 7th with 2 outs. That's incredible there, that they were able to score 4 runs with 2 outs in the inning. But the Spark goes on to win the game 7-4 over the Vipers. So the Smash It Sports Vipers moved to 2-12 on the season. A couple of players they've added is Jenna Keene from the University of Arizona, and University of Louisiana center fielder Raina O'Neal are on the team now. So they've added a couple of players in the break to the Vipers team, and so hopefully that will help things. Still waiting for Ashley Rogers to make a start, maybe in this series, or they may hold her off until the next, but we're hoping that she'll get to start in one of these games at Choccolocco Park this week. Of course, the Tennessee pitcher who helped lead the Lady Vols to the Women's College World Series, still rehabbing an injury, but should be back this week with the Vipers. That will be very good for them to have her back. But, man, a tough loss to start this series. They'll look to bounce back tonight, 7 o'clock, first pitch there at Choccolocco Park for the Vipers and the Spark there in the Women's Professional Fast Pitch League. So tough loss for the Vipers. We'll see if they can bounce back tonight. We'll talk some high school football coming up next, as I'll talk with Jon Holder from High School Football Alabama after the game. We'll do that on the other side.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welberg Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
EAN Sports is proud to bring you the best, most informative local sports content, and we want your help to be able to do that. If you have a story idea, a tip for our sportscast, or even a highlight clip you want to see on EAN Local Sports, send us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter @EAN_sports, or you can send it to the EAN News Facebook page. EAN Sports, bringing you the local sports happening in your community.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
If you see some interesting weather phenomenon in your backyard here in East Alabama, send that to us. We would love to hear from you. Send that to us at the email address you see on your screen or through Facebook at EAN News.
We are back here on Southern Sports Now here on this Tuesday, and it was a big day out at Fort McClellan for the FCA 7-on-7 football. And it's that time of the year, a lot of 7-on-7s going on, a lot of local teams playing today, and we had a chance to catch up with Jon Holder, host of High School Football Alabama, after the game, and get his thoughts as we were out there watching some of this football today. Here with Jon Holder from High School Football Alabama after the game. And Jon, we got some 7-on-7 action going on behind us, but you know, when we get to this point, when teams are in summer workouts, we're 44 days away from the first day of high school football. It's here.
It is. It's absolutely here. We're working on our High School Football Alabama, the magazine, feverishly right now. 7-on-7s are coming. Of course, we've got a lot starting this weekend. We got a lot of media days already beginning. Yep. We've got media days stretching out over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So, yeah, for all intents and purposes, if you're in the business, if you're a coach, if you're a player, if you cover high school football, involved with it whatsoever, you know basically the season's here right now.
Yeah, it is, and great high school football all across this area. I want to talk about a few teams, some of them here today, but let's start with the Anniston Bulldogs under a new head coach, Enrico Jackson. A lot of talent coming back, some guys coming into Anniston. This should be a fun year for the Bulldogs and kind of building on the success they've had recently.
They had some really good players that transferred out that went to Huntsville, going to play at Mae Jemison High School, but they've had a couple of good transfer players in. They had a great base already left off that state quarterfinal round team from last year. It's a very talented team. Watching them here today, they're going to be as talented and as good as anybody in Class 4A football, and they get a big test right off the bat. Week 2, September 1, their game with Villa Rica, Georgia, because of some scheduling issues with Georgia and Alabama. That game went away, so they are going to travel to Andalusia to take on the defending 4A state champion, a game that the two teams played each other last year at Anniston, that Anniston lost at the last play of the game, basically. A game that many felt like Anniston could have and should have won and might have went on and won a state championship. Yep. So that's a huge game right off the bat in Andalusia coming up on September 1st. We're going to find out how good both Andalusia and Anniston will be that week.
Another team we've had a chance to see here today, a familiar face to East Alabama, just wearing a different color in blue, Jonathan Miller and the Piedmont Bulldogs. Again, a lot of talent coming back to an already successful Piedmont team.
They lost 22 seniors off last year's team, but they've got a lot of good guys coming back. I know he mentioned in an interview with you about 3 times he had really good wide receivers. New quarterback, of course, taking the place of Jack Hayes, who, you know, greatest quarterback statistically in state history, going to be one of the great all-time greats in Calhoun County history. How do you replace him? How do you replace those other 21 seniors on the team? And a new coach and some new terminology and doing things. But again, Piedmont is very talented once again. They got a really good 8th grade class coming, and this will be a team that will be right in the mix of things in 3A Region 6.
And Jonathan Miller, a guy, again, a lot of success at Saks, now gets to try it out at Piedmont.
Yeah, absolutely. It's weird to see Coach Miller wearing blue. You've seen him wearing orange when he played at Alexandria, seeing him wearing that red for so many years at Saks, and now he's switched to a 3rd color. He will be wearing that blue, one of the many changes we have coming this football season on the sidelines here in East Alabama.
Yeah, 94 coaching changes across the state of Alabama. some right here in East Alabama. That's a big number of coaches changing. Some new head coaches, some old moving to new schools, but a lot of coaching changes.
Yeah, and some blockbusters, like Steve Smith leaving Piedmont and going to Westbrook Christian. Rush Probst getting back into things, going to Pell City. I mean, it's been a pretty interesting off-season. You were sitting there maybe at the first of the year and didn't think there would be that many changes in Calhoun County. And all of a sudden, as the dominoes kind of fell, 5 new head football coaches just in Calhoun County.
And just as we get ready for the season, for the viewers watching, we're getting ready for high school football. Who are some teams? We've talked about a couple, but who are some teams in this area to keep an eye on as we head into the fall?
Well, I think there's another team that was here today that's awful talented. That's the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Jacksonville playoff team last year. Jim Ogle back at quarterback, already committed to Troy. He'll be one of the top quarterbacks in any classification in the state of Alabama. And a dynamic wide receiver, Kedrick Fisher, great last year. He might even be better this year. Watching him today, he's really bulked up. He's an amazing looking athlete, maybe the best looking athlete I've seen here today. They have a lot of returnees. They lost some linemen, but their skill positions are very good. Jacksonville is going to be heard from in Class 4A football.
As far as regions go, who are some regions to keep an eye on? We got so many good teams, so many good regions in this area, but what are some regions you're going to keep an eye on this year?
Well, I think we always talk about Class 4A Region 4 because you got Hanley. They lost a great running back, but they've got a great quarterback coming back, and Larry Strain will have them going. Anniston's in that region. Jacksonville is in that region. That is going to be a tremendous region to watch, not only locally, but those teams that come out of that region normally go a long way in the state. Hanley did last year. Jacksonville playoff team, Anniston deep in the playoffs. That'll be a region. And, of course, it's going to be interesting to watch Class 3 Region 6, not only because of the Piedmont dynamic there, but Piedmont and Westbrook Christian, where Steve Smith went, they are in the same region with each other. And Sylvania is loaded, a team that went deep in the playoffs last year. Geraldine is loaded. Plainview with Dale Pruitt came in late last year, but they'll have them going. I think that region could be really interesting. It might be the best region top to bottom in Class 3A in the state.
Really interesting stuff. And John, before we let you go, High School Football Alabama after the game back this fall. Give us some insight on that.
Yeah, as we said, our magazine will be posting that coming up. Online digital magazine, High School Football Alabama, the magazine. We'll be posting that coming up probably around mid-August, somewhere along in that time frame. And then our show every Friday night, 10 o'clock, live on Facebook and YouTube. Go to High School Football Alabama. You can also search after the game. You can search Jon Holder on YouTube and Facebook, and that will come up, and we'll be there with Coach Michael Short. Some other folks that we are not announcing yet that are going to be a part of that show. We got some other surprises that are coming that we're going to announce later on in the month of July. But we will be every Friday night from August 25th all the way through Thanksgiving weekend this year, all the way through the state quarterfinals. Every score, all the highlights, players, coaches, team of the week, player of the week, all those kind of things coming up every Friday night after the game on Facebook and YouTube.
Well, always good stuff there from Jon Holder, host of High School Football Alabama's After the Game. Again, you can see him Friday nights there on Facebook and YouTube. And always enjoy talking with John, get some insight on high school football. And we saw some good stuff out there today at Fort McClellan. We'll continue to talk about that as we move through the week and the summer, getting you ready for, again, 44 days away from the high school football season. We'll jump to a break, talk some baseball on the other side. One Jax State player is headed to the big leagues. We'll tell you about it coming up.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welber Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
East Alabama Now Local News has been bringing you the best local news coverage for 6 months. And now we're growing.
EAN News will be available to you 5 nights a week with new faces, new content, and coverage that is second to none.
We'll be bringing you the weather that matters to your neighborhood and to you. Rain or shine, you'll be in the know.
Sports always brings communities together, and EAN Sports will have coverage of all of our area events.
East Alabama Now, local news, new faces, same great coverage. Starting 5 days a week, May 1st. EAN Local News, your news on your schedule.
Southern Sports Now continues here on this Tuesday. Glad you are joining us, and we're glad to be here, bringing you the best local sports content as we do each and every day. And we're glad to see another Jacksonville State baseball player headed to the major leagues. And Jake Peppers last night was drafted as he'll be heading up to Chicago as part of the White Sox organization. He is the highest drafted former Jax State player since Todd Cunningham was drafted to the Braves back in 2010. But Peppers drafted last night in the 9th round of the Major League Baseball draft. Here's some numbers this season from Jake Peppers. There you see from Geraldine, Alabama. So he's from Northeast Alabama, had an ERA of 5.06, 60 strikeouts this season, only gave up 26 walks, 58 innings pitched for Jake Peppers this year. Held his opponents to a .238 batting average. Great average there for Jacksonville State's Jake Peppers. He had 7 starts this season, appeared in 12 games, and went 6 2/3 inning against Eastern Kentucky in the ASUN Conference Tournament. He allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, and 2 walk. He struck out 8 in that win. That was his last game pitched with Jacksonville State. He also had a really good game against Auburn when they met up earlier in the year. He pitched 5 1/3 innings, shut them out, allowed 4 hits, 2 walks, no runs, struck out 5 in the 21 batters he faced. He was ranked 187th in the Major League Baseball Pipelines draft prospects as the things began, but glad to see him as he was drafted to the Chicago White Sox in the Major League Baseball draft. Here's a note. The White Sox have another Jacksonville State pitcher in their organization. Christian Edwards was drafted in 2021 to the White Sox in the 11th round. So Jake Peppers will have a chance to go with former teammate Christian Edwards to the White Sox. So, hey, we got Jax State North up there in Chicago in the White Sox organization. But again, love seeing guys from Northeast Alabama, from Jacksonville State, be able to go on and play in the big leagues, and certainly excited for Jake Peppers. And he was a guy anytime that I talked with, whether it be Mike Paris or anyone there at Jacksonville State, about the Gamecock baseball team, they always mentioned his name, and he was a crucial pitcher for Jacksonville State and will be missed by Coach Steve Beazer heading into this season with as he has gone on to the Major League Baseball, as several others have transferred out. They'll really be having to put together this this new pitching staff for Jacksonville State. But congratulations to Jake Peppers. Just want to mention this, too, on the Braves side of things. They took Hurston Waldrop in the first round of the Major League Baseball draft, the 24th overall pick. And Waldrop, 21-year-old right-hander, and he's from the University of Florida. Took his team to the College World Series Finals. And so the Braves are getting a good one there in the right-handed pitcher, Hurston Waldrop, there in the Major League Baseball draft. So that will finish up tonight, and or I think it will finish up actually right before the All-Star game, and then so all the attention of Major League Baseball will be on that All-Star game coming up tonight, and that is what we will get to next when we come back here on Southern Sports Now. We'll talk some Major League Baseball All-Star game. A lot of Braves in it tonight. We'll talk about that coming up.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welber Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brodney Sneed from both CARES and Direct Primary Care. Direct Primary Care is an exciting new model of medical care growing on both the East and West Coast. It's been recommended by Forbes and the American Academy of Family Physicians and others for individuals or small businesses with or without health insurance. The pure simplicity of a membership model streamlines the burden of medical care. It eliminates 60% of the overhead. That streamlining allows providers time to focus on patients with free, no copay, no deductible, unhurried office visits or telehealth visits with minimal waiting room time. It produces same or next day appointments and access by text or telephone during and after hours. It saves you from leaving work, wasting time and getting exposed in a waiting room. And the convenience and cost with barriers removed helps one avoid letting problems like a sore throat turn into an expensive ER or hospital visit for pneumonia. If you're interested, search the web for CARES Direct Primary Care.
We are back here on Southern Sports Now. Hope your Tuesday is going great. And baseball this time of the year, you get the home run derby, the All-Star game, a lot of fun stuff. And if you watched that home run derby last night, I mean, you saw exactly why they put this thing on. The amount of home runs hit, absolutely incredible. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. winning it last night. I don't think a lot of people thought that he would win it, but he did. In the finals, he beat Randy Arozarena 25-23. So a lot of home runs hit, but very fun to watch. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. win it last night. I think a lot of people thought Pete Alonso would win it. He's won the last couple of home run derbies, but it was one for the ages. A lot of eyes were on Julio Rodriguez as well. Of course, he is a Seattle Mariner. They were in Seattle last night, and he shattered the single-round record with 41 home runs in front of his home crowd. So really fun last night in the home run derby. Tonight we turn our attention to the Major League Baseball All-Star game. And, I'm a Braves fan. I'm open about that. So I'm a National League guy, and it's been a while since the National League has won this thing. So it'd be great if the National League could put it together tonight and get a win. The American League has won 9 straight over the National League in the All-Star game. Last year, they won it out at Dodger Stadium. We'll see if the National League can get it done tonight. 3 Braves in the starting lineup, 5 reserves for Atlanta. Sean Murphy is a starter, as well as Orlando Arcia and Ronald Acuna Jr. They're all starting for the Braves. But here's the full list of starters for Team National League. Sean Murphy, Freddie Freeman, Luis Ariza, Orlando Arcia, Nolan Arenado, Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, Corbin Carroll, J.D. Martinez, and Zach Gallen. So that's a solid lineup there for the National League. And for the American League, Jonah Heim, Yandy Diaz, Marcus Simeon, Corey Seager, Josh Jung, Adelius Garcia, Randy Arozarena, Austin Hayes, Shohei Ohtani, and Garrett Cole is the starters for the American League. So we are just a little bit away from getting the All-Star game underway there in Seattle. And again, hopefully we'll see the National League take down the American League. Can't make it 10 straight for the American League. National League got to come on, get in there and get a win tonight and keep it from going 10 straight. But looking forward to that Major League Baseball All-Star game coming up tonight. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. We'll check in to see how our guys from Atlanta did in the All-Star game. Of course, we'll talk more high school football tomorrow, all kinds of stuff, and we'll continue counting you down to football season. All that and more coming up. Be sure to tune in to the EAN Local News with more high school football coverage from 7-on-7 action today. But that's going to do it for this edition of Southern Sports Now. Hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of Southern Sports Now. We'll see you tomorrow.